evening and welcome to The Square on Air. If this is your first time watching, thank you for finding us. You are in for a treat. Let us know in the comments how you heard about the show. Today we are bringing you our 9th episode. As a reminder, past shows are available on The Square on Air's YouTube channel. Please head over there and subscribe to stay informed as we upload new episodes. As always, we are coming to you live from the Square in downtown Abbeville, South Carolina, and tonight's guest hails from Athens, Georgia. Brad Evans began making music at the age of 18, and in 2017, he released his debut EP titled Dark Haired Devil, which is full of good-hearted, down-home country tunes. Speaking of down-home, he co-wrote the single Buy Back Time with Elberton, Georgia's Clay Page, which appears on his latest release titled Down Home. And that's just the latest of several co-writes with Clay. Brad has continued collaborating with other musicians from LA to Nashville, and we are excited to hear what's in store for this determined artist. It is my pleasure to introduce to you now, first, from the Southern Fried Morning Show, your host, Benji Greason, and navigating the ups and downs of life through music, Brad Evans.
Thank you for that great introduction, Miss Amber, and welcome to The Square on Air. We are live, downtown Abbeville, South Carolina, and I'm so excited tonight to have an unbelievable singer-songwriter, Mr. Brad Evans, with us. Brad, thank you so much for taking the time.
I appreciate you guys having me. This is quite the setup, and that's quite the hype, so hopefully we live up to it.
Well, you know, we maybe high expectations and... Well, that's it.
Well, see, I feel like if we set the expectation low, we can always exceed. So
maybe that's the best route right there. Brad Evans is in with us, originally from Elberton, Georgia.
Right. So I'm from Elberton, Georgia. So right down the road. I live in Athens now, but I did get to drive through home on the way here.
Oh, cool.
It's always good to go through Callan Falls, and I think about when 4th of July coming up. That's where we went to buy fireworks because you couldn't do it in Georgia, so we come.
Right.
Callan Falls, grab
Big
some
Nick's
fireworks.
Shop, right?
Yep. And so we get some, I think it was them and Pat's. It was another place in Callan Falls we hit up for some fireworks, so that's always cool. I guess the last time I was here in Abbeville was at the Clay's last show at the Opera House, so that was pretty, and that was a packed show, so it was pretty cool.
That was fun times. What a great venue, right?
It is. That's a cool place to play. I went upstairs, and supposedly there's some ghosts that are in there, and Clay didn't want any part of it.
Not supposedly, brother.
I was all in on it, so I went and had to check out the ghosts and see what it was all about, and I saw they leave the little light on up there for it. And
absolutely.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool, man. We're so excited to have you on tonight. If you've never heard any of Brad's music, you probably have. Brad is an incredible songwriter, and you collaborate a lot with Clay Page,
right,
amongst a lot of others, right? Correct.
So yeah, I've written with Clay. I didn't play music until I played at churches and stuff like that. I knew I could sing, but always needed someone to come play the guitar, and so I had to figure that out. And once I learned that, I was able to write some songs, and I wrote these songs, and after I did that, I gave them to Clay and was like, dude, here's these songs. You do the singing thing, so I'll give them to you and you take it.
Right.
And but after that, he wouldn't let me do that. He made me come in and record it. And then I think Clay booked my first show, and he just told me where to be and, kind of threw me to the wolves. And I'm very appreciative for it because I get to do cool stuff like this with you now.
Yeah.
But that was not a part of my thing. But, I always... I think grew up dreaming of playing on the stage and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool to get to do it.
I think one of the cool things about you is that while you are an incredible singer and songwriter and guitar player, you went to the University of Georgia.
Yeah, go Dogs.
Right? Yeah, a little Go Dogs there for you.
How did that feel?
I had to swallow that really hard to say that. But you're also a high school teacher.
Yeah, so I just finished my first year teaching at Greene County High School, also coaching baseball.
Very cool.
So, that was, that's something I've always wanted to do, and I was very, happy that I got to do that. So yeah, we're coming out of the first year. Obviously, it ended a little different than most years.
Right.
But I'm thankful for everything I got to do and thankful for where I'm at.
Yeah. We're live right here on the Square on Air's Facebook page. If you'd like to drop a comment or a question for Brad Evans, or if you just want to tell us where you're watching from tonight, you can do that right here on the live stream. The Square on Air on Facebook. It's been shared already a lot. So there's a lot of different places where you can catch the stream here tonight. But I do want to say hello really quick to Jane Brooks Powell, who is one of our loyal watchers. Okay. She watches just about every week. But she says hello.
Well, hello to her.
Yeah.
Where's she watching from?
It doesn't say.
Hey, we'll have to get that.
But we'll figure that out. Also, in the links in the comment section right now is Brad's Venmo and Cash App, which is Venmo, Brad-Evans-, and then the Cash App is the $ Brad Evans 16. And you can find that in the comments right here. And if you would like to drop $1 or $2 in the bucket, he would be much obliged.
Definitely appreciative of that.
The whole, I'm sure you heard of this COVID thing that's going around, right?
Yeah, a little bit about it.
I learned a little bit about that. So that has kind of halted everything that musicians were doing, and honestly, that's one of the the reasons we're here tonight.
Exactly, and that's I'd had these plans. To be honest, when I played before, it was kind of you had to cater to your crowd because you were playing for tips and stuff like that.
Right.
And still, I'm very appreciative for those that come and support and give tips, but at this point I had a real job and I was ready to go out for the summer and I could play whatever I wanted because I wasn't necessarily tied relying on the tips as much. Not that I'm making bank as a teacher, but you get what I'm saying.
It's a thankless job.
And I had this summer planned out of playing all these different places and I was very excited for it, and that kind of got halted, so I'm glad to be here and playing this.
Right. We've got Elberton, Georgia in the house tonight. We've got Abbeville. We've got Lounsville, South Carolina watching tonight. So a ton of people tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. You've got this really cool thing that you're about to release on SoundCloud, right?
Right. So I just put up the first one today. You can actually check it out on there.
Brand hammer new. I love it.
Brand spanking new. And it's a series I'm calling Singing in the Shower. And it's something that everybody does. I feel like everybody sings in the shower. I've got my little Bluetooth speaker in the shower that I sing to. But I wrote these songs over quarantine, and I knew that I didn't have the funds to go to a Nashville studio and do stuff like that. So I just took my little microphone that I had and I sat in the shower and I played it. And so it's a very raw, so you kind of get to hear how the song sounded when it first started.
You're clothed, right?
And there's no video of it, so it's just the sound. But yeah, fully clothed in the shower. I don't know how many people, get in the shower with their guitar and sing, but I have for sure. And so, yeah,
really cool, man. One of the songs that you're gonna do, Just a Little Country.
Yeah, Just a Little Country is one that it'll probably be the next one that gets put out in the Singing in the Shower. But yeah, we could throw a little bit of that on here. I'm excited to do the Singing in the Shower. And
let's give a little in depth about before you pick it up.
Right.
Just a Little Country. How'd you write it? What's the
Just a Little Country? I guess we'll go ahead and give the real truth of the story.
That's what we're all about here, man.
So I don't know how many of you know, but if you get on Spotify, you can see. If you get on your computer version of Spotify, you can go, and if you have friends, you can see what they're listening to. And there was a friend that we may or may not have dated in the past, and they were listening to some music that they didn't used to listen to. And it happened to be country, and so that was, after that point, I wrote this song. Yeah. And so, it was kind of a cool little ditty, I guess, to go off of that. So
let's hear it, man. So Just a Little Country. It's really cool when real life comes out in a tune, and this is one of those instances here.
Comes on and you can't help but sing. No, you don't want to, girl, because you think of me. It takes you back to life that you used to know when we were running down an open road to spring break on the beach. You won over me, but on your mind, don't you just find the time for just a little country? Just a little country. just a little country. Just a little country. It's fine by me, girl. Do what you do, but you know where to head when you're overdue for Sunday in the shade. Me calling out your name from on your mind. You know I ain't hard to find for just a little country. Just a little country. Just a little country.
Brad Evans. Just a little country. Brad, did you and I officially meet at a, I think it was at a Clay Page show in the Elberton
So I think
theater,
it was,
right?
Yeah, when he played the theater in Elberton, you were there. I think you emceed it or something like that, and that was where we met and hung out backstage. And and you know, that song right there, you kind of had a little part in helping out there.
I was headed there. So I met Brad there in the Elbert Theater in Elberton, Georgia. This is a couple, maybe 3 years ago. I don't remember, but. And so later on, fast forward a couple weeks down the road, and I get a text, because we swapped numbers or whatever there. I get a text from Brad, and he was like, "So, I'm trying to get this girl to go out with me, right?" And he said, "So, if you would play this song and maybe possibly mention on the radio that I wrote this song, maybe she'll go out with me or something," right?
Yeah.
And so I did, and she did.
Right. So she did end up going out with me. Obviously, she's not here, but we did date. So you did your part in that. You fulfilled your mission.
It was a really cool story behind that. You wouldn't believe how many times I've actually told that story too.
Yeah, and that's what I remember getting. I remember sending you the text, and I was like, I don't know how often he gets asked to do this, but you know, I feel like he'll come through for me, and you did, and you sent the video, and as soon as you sent it to me, I just forwarded it on to her, and I was
I didn't even watch it. Just forwarded it right on through.
So I knew what was going down at that point. So.
So man, that is good stuff. Brad Evans here in the house with us tonight. Brad, you obviously you have a career. You're a high school teacher,
right.
Special ed teacher,
right?
By the way, and what is songwriting to you? I mean, are you still putting songs out and you're like, all right, I'm gonna shop this around? Do you want to be the one that play? How does the whole songwriting thing
So
work
I definitely enjoyed that, playing out, like when we played the Opera House. That was honestly, I think, the last time I played in front of a crowd before everything, the pandemic hit.
Right.
I do enjoy writing the songs and would be happy, still doing my teaching thing and also, writing these songs on the side. So if anybody hears anything that they would like to sing, with a little more clout than me, you take and go with it. But yeah, that's definitely a good avenue. I've always told Clay, I was like, hey, you can have the stage, I'll be cool. Walk into the mailbox to get my check for writing the song, and then I'll go back to the house.
Nothing like mailbox money, man. Mailbox money is the best money, right?
Yeah.
You just walk out there, open it up, and there's money.
Exactly.
James Broom gets in and says, you kind of sound a little like Van Morrison.
Hey,
you ever got that before?
No, I haven't, but I'll take it. That's a very good a good person to be compared to. So
who are some of your influences? People that you listen to on the regular?
Somebody that I recently got a hold to and listened is Sturgill Simpson, who recently he's said he's going to put out 2 bluegrass albums. So I'm excited for that.
Okay.
I try to listen to everything. I go Chance the Rapper, Sturgill Simpson, Merle Haggard. I don't feel like nowadays with music at our fingertips, there's no reason to listen to one thing.
Right.
You no reason to limit yourself in that, and so because you can always take something here and go to there. There's the whole that isn't country music and stuff like that, but music is music, and if you like it, you shouldn't dislike it because you're supposed to like country music. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Right.
So you
like what you like, right?
Exactly. So if you like this,
don't be ashamed of it.
Yeah, you do you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Good deal, man. You're such a multifaceted guy, and I say that because you do so many things and you do them well. Obviously, playing, singing, writing songs, but you're also I mean, I'm gonna call you a world-class cornhole player, for heaven's sake. Dude, you were on. I saw you on ESPN,
so
right?
I got to play cornhole on ESPN. The way that started was my buddy and I found out that they were having this, or the SEC championship when Georgia played Auburn, and they won. My buddy and I were sitting at home before the game, and we saw these people playing cornhole on TV, and we were like, you know what? We could beat those people that are playing cornhole. And so we found out that if you played in this tournament in Athens, you qualified to go to the play on ESPN, but what's more important was you got tickets to the SEC championship.
That was the goal.
And so that we paid $20 to be in this tournament and got tickets to go to the SEC championship.
That would have cost.
Yeah, and we never imagined, we'd be playing on ESPN and winning money. It was all about getting to the football game, and I got to go on the field, hold up a big check.
Yeah.
I lived a life that I wasn't supposed to be living that week. So
we actually have a clip of you playing cornhole. We're gonna cut to that real quick.
He's still got a lane, Brad Evans does. And he uses it perfectly. Evans for 6 points. Henry Begeiski looking on, his younger brother Jake ready to throw. He needs it. He can't put it in. And that's gonna do it. Georgia takes the 7th and final match.
Are you just a backyard player and it evolves into this? This is world-class stuff, man.
I definitely, when I started playing cornhole, I was just you toss it and I'd let it flip through the air. And then when I got in the special education cohort at UGA, there was me and one other guy in the cohort.
Right.
So we had to be friends at that point.
Right.
And we played together at a tailgate one time, and he spun it and he showed me how to do it. And he and I just have a lot of weird connections in our life. We ended up living on the same street before we knew each other. We were actually neighbors.
Oh, cool.
And we met in class. We actually had the exact same birthday.
Yeah.
But he taught me how to spin it, and then after that, we kind of just took off from there. We started playing at, little local things in Athens, and then ended up on ESPN. So now I actually have Johnsonville big people in my phone, and some of the ACL, the American Cornhole League, which they're still going. So if you need some sports to watch, it's on ESPN. I think they may have been on there last night.
It was on this morning. I know.
Exactly.
It may have been a replay,
and
but
so
I saw that. Yeah.
That was my dad would call me and be like, "Yeah, I'm watching you again on ESPN." So it was being a teacher. The first thing I did was I showed my kids, "Hey, look, this is what I used to be, the cornhole champion." I have my jerseys hanging up in the classroom so they can get a little taste of the cornhole action.
So where is that filmed? The ESPN
So
part?
that was filmed, the SEC Championship takes place in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz, but right next to it there's the World Congress Center.
Yep.
And we played, and to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect, but we got out there, and by the time we played, there was a crowd. Yeah. And there, it takes on a different meaning from playing at a barbecue to playing in front of people on ESPN.
Right.
But it was definitely an experience that that was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
So how far did you get into the tournament? How far did you win it all?
The way they did it was they took 8 teams from Georgia and Alabama, since they were playing each other in the SEC championship.
Okay.
And when we played in Athens, we qualified for our seed.
Yeah.
And Joseph and I, the guys who just wanted tickets to the game, we ended up being the number 1 seed. And so we had to play the number 1 Alabama seed, and that clip was us beating them for all the the grand prize. So we ended up getting some scholarship money.
I felt that. You gave a little Tiger Woods fist bump.
Yeah.
I felt that, man.
So it was definitely, once I knew we had it, I was, I guess, cocky at that point.
What a well-rounded guy you are.
Yeah.
You enjoy a little bit of everything.
Exactly, and I definitely, I got the credit for that clip there, but I couldn't have done it without, my man Joseph. He hooked me up, and Joseph's got his own thing going right now. So he's I try to support him. I think he's got his own little grind in the candle business now.
As a matter of fact,
what you got here?
We got a couple of these right here.
Okay.
Heart jars.
Yeah, heart jars. Joseph Hart.
He's Joseph Hart. That's your cornhole partner.
Yeah, that's my cornhole partner, birthday partner. We got a lot in common.
Yeah, y'all were just meant to be together. Now this is these candles here are incredibly. One's Georgia Peach. One is this is the.
He's got something going there.
This one's Georgia Peach here. This one is
The Baja Cactus.
the Baja Cactus.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, this stuff is incredible. How can people reach out and find these?
So Joseph, he's got a website. Like I said, he and I met. He's getting married this next weekend, and I'm the best man in his wedding. So congratulations to him and Anna. They met in the cohort. There you go.
Yeah, we just gonna
Get it smelling good in here.
Yeah, we're just gonna fire it up.
But he delivers. He'll ship it to you. He has a website, and I think you guys may be throwing up the website, heartjars.com.
Yeah.
You can check him out there. But yeah, I've burned the heck out of my candles that I've gotten, and
they smell so good.
But yeah, he's working through grad school now. He liked school a little bit more than I did, so he stuck with it. He's still in there going, but yeah, they smell really good.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. We've already got people commenting that they've already bought 3 candles. So yeah, go check them out. Heartjars.com, all one word, Heartjars. It'll be on your screen there. Brad, tell us about the song you've got, man. It's called Alone and Company.
Yeah, Alone and Company. So I've written a lot of, like I said, over the quarantine, it's been a lot of time with myself to write songs, and you get different influences. A lot of, you were talking about the songs with personal stuff like that,
right.
But this one, I think sometimes I write songs and don't really know if they mean something for me or if I just saw something on TV.
Right.
So I think this song was probably more of I saw something on TV and thought it would be a cool song kind of thing. But yeah, Alone and Company is, I just put it out on SoundCloud. It's the first Singing in the Shower series song. And so you should be, I know I've shared it on my Instagram and Facebook, and you can just go on there and check out that version.
What is your Instagram and Facebook? Is it just under Brad Evans?
Yeah, my Facebook is just Brad Evans, and my Instagram is @BJE Project.
Okay, @BJE Project. Yeah. Good deal.
So Bradley James Evans, full name.
Cool deal.
Yeah, that's my Instagram, and
you
follow
want to give
me
us
there.
your social security number while you're on it?
Probably not the best idea.
That's good stuff, man. Let's hear it. Alone and Company here by my man, Bradley James Evans.
Scented breeze blows across the room, rustling through the curtains, and you don't wanna fight, so you just make love with someone you know you don't. Yeah, you'll spend another night alone in company and think of me. Keep checking your phone and the guilt slips in, and you wonder what they would do to him. 'Cause you think you're in love, but love's not at home, and you wonder how it all ends. 'Cause you could use a little candlelight on your favorite movie night. The rain would fall and hit just right. Sick and tired of the fighting and all the damn lying about what's really going on. But then you'll spend another night alone in company and think of me. Say hello me who knew this small talk could take so long. You think you better go for your true colors show, so you hang up and put down the phone. But you think about a little candlelight on your favorite movie night. The rain will fall and it's just right. You're sick and tired of the fighting and all the damn lying about what's really going on. But then you'll spend another night alone in company and think of me. If I'm being honest, I can't say that I think there's ever gonna be a day that we get a little candlelight. No favorite movie night. The rain won't fall. Well, maybe it's not right, 'cause you'll keep dealing with the fighting and all that damn lying about what's really going on. And then you'll spend another night alone in company. Another night alone in company and think of me.
Brad Evans. You saw it scroll across your screen, but I do want to reiterate the fact that you can drop a dime or two into Brad's Venmo. That is, when you go to Venmo, it's at Brad-Evans-, and then the Cash App there is $ Brad Evans 16. It's all lowercase there. $ Brad Evans 16. Alone in Company. Man, that song could be in a romantic comedy. That could be in a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that, honestly, that could have been like where it came from. You know, maybe I was watching something on Netflix. I've got plenty of Netflix during this time. And, you know, maybe I was like, that would be a good song. Because, you know, like I said, sometimes the melody will hit and then you write the song after that. So, and you don't really know where it comes or if it's even about you or somebody you know. It just kind of, you know, it could be somewhere later you playing that song and realize what that's about. You know, I heard John Prine talk about he would write a song and then later you find out it may have been about you.
Right.
So, you know, that was a pretty cool, because I had felt that before. That was pretty cool to see somebody where he was in writing songs, you know, feel the same way.
I get to, I have the privilege and the honor of interviewing a lot of musicians, a lot of songwriters, you know, and the one fact that keeps coming back is that just because they wrote a song in this time and it means this, that years down the road, it might be, or even a day, the next day, it could mean something completely different to somebody else, right?
Exactly, you know, and you know, if you hear that song and it means something different to you, I'm not going to tell you that's not what it's about, you know, because I mean, the whole point of music is for people to get their relief or release in whatever way they need it. So, you know, if that's how they relate to it, you know, that's, you know, the whole idea of music is to relax and relieve something.
We, in interviewing musicians, artists, songwriters, you find that there is a release that is built up inside of them a lot of times that they have to get out. And a lot of times it comes out in song. But do you, since you've kind of been, you know, hand-tied with the COVID thing about going out and playing, do you have another release? Is it the Cornhole Championships, or do you paint too? I mean,
the thing that I've been doing recently is cooking. You know, I've tried to get really good at cooking.
I'm a fan of that.
I won't say I've gotten really good, but I've gotten, you know, I can eat it. You know, put it that way. I got a grill and I started learning the steaks, you know, fish and stuff like that. And I got a cookbook cookbook. I've been watching guys on YouTube learn how to cook, and you know, it's been pretty cool, and that's been my release. But like you said, there's nothing quite like playing in front of people, though.
Yeah.
And
it's the energy, right?
Exactly, and that's what I think. Like the last time I played at the Opry House, I was playing, and I'll never forget, somebody wooed, and then somebody shushed them, and I was like, "Whoa, easy, listen, that's what we want. Woo all you want, you know." And so I was like, and I think I even said, "Hey, we're down for whooping and hollering and stuff like that." So and that's what I miss. I'm definitely have developed a new appreciation for something I probably took for granted, the ability to play in front of people. And you know, I think everything, you know, is going in a direction right now where it's we should take for granted, or shouldn't take for granted, the relationships we have and stuff like that. I mean, it's a cool thing to be able to go out and hang out with everybody.
A lot of time for reflection here.
Exactly.
Lately, right.
Exactly.
A little inward reflection. Tell me about the song "Can't Win."
Yeah. So speaking of songs, that, you know, you may mean different things.
That's called a segue.
Yeah.
That's my only superpower.
That was smooth right there. What you did.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
The song "Can't Win" is one that I just wrote some stuff that I thought sounded cool. That doesn't mean I've gone through it or it has anything to do with me. At one night, I hit the little riff on my guitar that I'll play in a minute, and it was just like, yeah, that's a song. And so I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh, got to stay up and write it now. So, you know, but I did write that song, and so we do have "Can't Win," and that'll be one of the singing in the shower songs.
I cannot wait to hear this singing in the shower compilation.
And so, you know, I did it. Quarantunes was what somebody else suggested I call it, but I was like, doing the singing in the shower thing would be a cool thing. So, but "Can't Win" is, you know, it's just a little fun song. I think, you know, it talks about some different things that, you know, maybe you aren't supposed to do as a teacher, which is why I said that it's just about some things I thought sounded cool. That doesn't mean that I did it or anything like that. But let's see what we can
do. As I say, not as I do.
Exactly. So let's see what we got here.
Drank all my whiskey today, so I thought it'd take me away, but I didn't get far. So I smoked when I had left, but as you can bet, I didn't get far. I simply can't break through. I keep tripping over you, yes, all I do. Here I go again, trying things I ain't never did, so I can't seem to win. No, I can't win. Went for a drive through town, just to look around, but it's you I found. So I took a back road home. Thought I would be long gone, but it's you I found. I simply can't break through. I keep tripping over you, yes, all I do. Here I go again, I'm trying things I ain't never did, so I can't seem to win. No, I can't win. Just give in, 'cause I know that I'll never love again, because I simply can't break through. I keep tripping over you, that's all I do. Here I go again, I'm trying things ain't never did, so I can't seem to win. Yeah, you know I can't win.
Brad Evans in with us tonight. Brad, all right. So even if it's not in a relationship, how many times in your life have you felt like just spinning my wheels here, man.
Exactly.
You know, and that's
what you just have days where you feel like, everything's against you. It's just
right.
Every little simple thing, gets on your nerves. And that was kind of, a little part of that song. You just can't win no matter what you do. Playing Xbox at this point, you can't win. I mean, that's what I've been doing a lot of, so that's, but yeah.
Let me tell you something else, man. So since COVID came about, they canceled schools, so I've been doing a little at-home teaching. I've got 2 daughters, Macy and Campbell.
So you're getting in the game now.
So let me tell you, God bless you, because man, I can't. I'm not a teacher, man. I'm not a teacher. And they sent us home with this work, and she's like, Daddy, what's 9 divided by 63? And I'm like trying to explain, how do you do this and this? And she's like, well, I don't get it. I'm like, it's 7.
Yeah.
That's just, I can't. God bless you for being a teacher,
I
man.
appreciate it, dude. That's, that's something that I always felt like I wanted to be a teacher, and then, didn't really know what I wanted to teach. And then I kind of got to high school and middle school, and then I realized, especially that was where I needed to be. I just felt like that was where God wanted me to be, and, obviously it's worked out for me. I've definitely, gained a lot from it. So
that's so cool, man. That's so cool. Well, with your music, and I know that once you have this music in you, you got to get it out. You got to share it. Do you shop your music around? I mean, do you sell it out, or sell it, or would you sell it to whoever wants?
I definitely would sell a song in a heartbeat.
I got some plasma if you need it.
And that's part of putting the songs on SoundCloud. Yeah, other people can people can listen to it and jam to it or whatnot. But somebody that is looking to buy a song may also hear it.
Right.
And, so I don't have necessarily that direct contact to the people that shop out songs and stuff like that. But this is my avenue of I feel like if it gets enough shares and you make enough noise, somebody will pick it up, kind of thing. So.
Were writing papers easy for you in college, like essays or
I actually enjoyed writing papers.
See, I knew that.
Math, not so much, but writing papers, I could sit down and I could throw out a paper. And, and I knew there was one point where we had to write poems, and I threw that out. Yeah, threw that out and did pretty well.
Check that.
I wrote actually the first paper I remember writing in high school. It was just a research paper, and I wrote it on moonshiners because I had a lot of those in my family, and so I had the resources, and I ended up getting 100 on that.
Stick with what you know.
Exactly.
Stick with what you know, man. Brad Evans in with us tonight on the Square on Air, and you can find his Venmo and Cash App there in the comments. Brad, you obviously people around here know Clay Page very well, and you co-write with Clay a lot. And
exactly.
A lot of the songs that you hear, even on the radio and different things, you've co-written with Clay.
Right.
How cool is that to pass or to collaborate with somebody and then see the song really kind of take flight?
And it's also cool because Clay and I are just genuinely friends. That's I wouldn't be able to do this stuff, like I said, without Clay. He and I, we always, Elberton's only so big, so we knew of each other, but we didn't really hang out until that my senior year, and I wrote those songs and I gave them to him. I always kind of just respected what he did from a distance. But now that I've gotten to be buds with him, we write a lot of the songs we write over FaceTime. There isn't much warning. I could be getting ready to get into bed, and I'll get my phone to start ringing, and Clay's like, "Hey, I got this song we're about to write." And I was getting ready to go to bed, but here we go. But it's still, I've gotten to go see a lot of things and a lot of meet a lot of people I never imagined. I got to go to California, LA, Nashville, stuff that I wouldn't have got to do, if it wasn't for Clay and how much he works in music and stuff like that. And he and I just naturally kind of hit it off. And I had a guy, ask me some questions about Clay recently, and he's like, you always seem to be able to, get under his skin in the best way. So I always, Clay takes his music so serious, which is a good thing, but I always, do my best to try to crack him up a little bit and, tell some stories that he wouldn't, necessarily be happy if they got out. But
that's the ones we want to hear.
Right, exactly. So there was one time we were playing on this flatbed in North Carolina, and so Clay is obviously a very pasty man. And so he burns easy. And I remember he got this sunscreen, and I guess Maggie had given it to him, and it was Mickey Mouse sunscreen. And like we played the whole show, and then when we got done, he was like rubbing his eyes, and he was like, my eyes are burning. And he's like, I thought this was the no tear sunscreen because it had Mickey Mouse. I was like, I don't think there's any sunscreen that's designed to go in your eyes. But he thought since it had Mickey Mouse on it, he was in clear at that point.
Good to go.
But I think he learned a valuable lesson at that point.
He had to be driven home that night. That's cool. We're gonna jump out real quick here from Amber again, and when we come back, you've got a song that you and Clay co-wrote together, right?
Yeah, I'll Be the One. That was on the Southbound, I think it's actually, and I ended up in the music video for that by accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take and see if I can put my own little spin on I'll Be the One. Hopefully everybody likes it.
Very cool, very cool. Let's jump out real quick. We'll hear a quick word from Amber and come back and close out tonight's episode of The Square on Air with Mr. Brad Evans.
There you have it. Another episode of The Square on Air is almost in the books. Thank you all for watching, and please continue to spread the good word to your friends. Brad Evans would surely appreciate any tips and donations you can send his way. That information is in the comments and on your screen. If you are a business or patron of the arts and would like to sponsor or support The Square on Air, please reach out to us at thesquareonair@gmail.com. Please join us again next week as we turn up the heat with country and blues virtuoso J.L. Folks. Now, to end this week's show, we've got one more song from Brad Evans. Take it away, Brad.
We didn't end the way that we should. Sometimes things seem too good to be true. He may hold you the way that I did, but we both know these feelings can't be here. So if he ever stops loving you, I'll be near. If he ever stops loving you, I'll be seeing. If he ever stops loving you, I'll come undone. If he ever stops loving you, I'll be the one. I'll be the one. First to find your wild side. You pulled out these feelings I kept down deep inside. Now it's over, we said we're through, but we both know that that ain't true. So if he ever stops loving you, I'll be near. If he ever stops loving you, I'll be seeing. If he ever stops loving you, I'll come undone. Stop loving you, I'll be the one, I'll be the one. Oh yeah, 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 I'll be the one. I've been thinking about you all this time. You know I'll be the first to speak my mind. So if he ever stops loving you, I'll be near. If he ever stops loving you, I'll be seeing. If he ever stops loving you, I'll come undone. If he ever stops loving you, I'll be the one. I'll be the one. Oh yeah, 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 I'll be the one. I'll be the one. Oh yeah, 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 I'll be the one.
My man, Brad Evans.
Thank you, guys.
Man, thank you so much for coming down. I know it's just a short little jaunt over from Athens over to Abbeville tonight, man. But this has been an absolute blast. You're such a talented guy in so many different facets. And we really appreciate you coming down tonight.
Thank you guys for having me, and I appreciate all the donations so far. Thank you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we'll be back next week. The Square on Air, 6 o'clock every Sunday, live on Facebook. Of course, you can catch the replays on West Carolina Television, Channel 20. That is on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. And then again on Wednesdays at 12:30, lunch 30, not midnight 30. And you can also subscribe to the Square on Air's YouTube channel All of the episodes there are archived for you to go back and watch. Again, Brad, thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Absolutely. All right, that's all the time we've got for tonight's episode. Everybody love everybody. Stay safe. God bless. Good night.